when your nail's not done and your hair is not done and this is not done, it gives us an excuse to not continue to do what we need to do, right? I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. I have to move off when the feeling. Hey guys, welcome back to the Tuesday podcast. I'm Cris Cavallari. Before I went to bed last night, um, I was on Instagram. Hey, Instagram. I was on Instagram and I seen such an amazing, like nostalgic video, Toto and Lil Kim, no one else. And it was so funny because it was just a Little Kim part. Um, and Little Kim is so iconic. I'm gonna dive into more about Kimberly Jones and my upbringing, but for right now, I'll just say that when she came on and just, Lil Kim just has this oomph. Now I don't know what happened since then and now, but she's iconic. She is legendary. She's Lil Kim. Um, and we always focus on what happened, like what the outcome is, and what like focusing on what it's become, right? Um, but we never think about like what happened, like who said what to her that really had her questioning herself and her physical appearance and whatever. Listen, I'm not against anything, but it's just like those are the things that we think about when we think about Little Kim now, but we don't think about how iconic Little Kim, Total, Foxy Brown, all of these amazing black women are. But anyway, um, I seen that video before I went to bed, and when I woke up, and I'm driving to the studio, I dropped my son off for school. First of all, my hair is not done. My hair is not done. I got my Meek Millies in. I'm getting my hair braided. After I leave the studio, and whatever. And I could have said, and I said this before on other episodes, like when your nails not done and your hair is not done and this is not done, it gives us an excuse to not continue to do what we need to do, right? I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. I'm just in a space and I've always been in a space like I have to move off when the feeling. And that may seem like procrastination to a lot of people when, oh, I remember this fake page and listen, I don't care what nobody say about, oh, sometimes you need to remember these things to fuel you. You don't want to listen, sometimes you need to remember. And a lot of times people are like, don't worry about no. I remember this fake page saying like, what do you do? We don't know what you do. And I knew it's somebody that knows me. I know it's somebody that wanted to constantly put that fear in me or that doubt in me or, for me to react. And as I think about it now, and I thought about it for, it comes up every once in a blue. There's a few things that's been said to me before, and it just stuck with me. And but not in a negative way. It stuck with me on some shit like, you know exactly what I do. I do what you can't do, which is be myself. And I think that that's always been a threat when you're in the presence of someone that's pretending and you show up as exactly who you are. So, I'm coming to the studio to receive these packages for the new arrivals, and um, my makeup's not done. I have braids in my hair. I had no intentions on recording. I was hoping for a model. I put it up on Instagram. Nobody, I be expecting people to just drop what they do, and I be forgetting people really be having jobs and kids and other things, right? So as I'm in there and I tried, like, as soon as the package came, I just opened up a box and I was like, oh my God, these are perfect. These are new joggers, whatever. Um, and I just came over to the studio, came over to the studio, propped up my tripod. And one thing about me, if you came to the content class that I had a couple months ago, weeks ago, whatever it was, I tell people all the time, I used to want to be like a music video director, maybe a movie director, no Tyler Perry. But I really wanted to, like, every time I hear a song, I envision where I would be, how it would be going, what would be going on, what I would be wearing, the smell. Like I always see like a movie, and it's probably from my childhood imagination, just being in my own head and in my own world. And a lot of times I cannot even explain things to people the way that I see them because I know it's just not gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's just not always gonna come off like that. But either way, as soon as I came in here, I'm hearing that song all night, all morning. I'm in the studio and I just keep hearing it. So I just put up the camera. I did exactly what I normally would do in my, my studio apartment, my efficiency, when I didn't have a car, when I was just selling two items, before I had a studio, a content studio, before I had, you know, merch that's manufactured before I got to this point. And I did exactly what I love to do, which is just have fun. And I just was thinking, I'm like, somebody somewhere is thinking that y'all have to be perfect and your hair has to be done and you have to have a big production company and you have to have a person with the camera and you have to have these things. I'm gonna tell you one thing, you can start exactly where you are. Like, you don't need a lot. You can do like I always say to myself, you did more with less. You did more with less. You have a lot more to do. Like, there's a lot more to do, but with this amount of change in 3 years, really, that's how long I feel like that I really was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And although I started 2014 playing around, bullshitting, playing around, needing a second opinion, needing a group chat, needing somebody to validate what I already knew to be true, sometimes I just didn't do it because I didn't feel like it. It wasn't in my heart to do it. Or I really, as a creative, I really feel like a lot of times, even when I'm looking at other content, this is no shade to anybody. It's like, how many motels can you drive up to, throw money out the car, and like, what is the story? And the story with me is like, yo, nothing has changed. Everything that I've done thus far, when I look back, I'm like, oh my God, I used to always, this is something, whatever. But I creatively, in my mind, I don't need a big production company. You don't need a big production company. Now, listen, when you get to a point that, yeah, you can, but yeah, when you can, don't feel like you can't with the small budget, no budget. Don't feel like your iPhone camera's not enough. Don't feel like you need to have your makeup done for 200. Like, you have to do these things from the ground. And as you get bigger and it gets better, then you have more to pour into in different areas. But right now, stop holding yourself back. Stop letting fear, doubt, and that little voice in your head take you to a different place. Have fun with this. Like, you're not in competition with nobody. If somebody else is doing this, listen, I said the whole car thing because I'm like, every brand I see, I'm like, how many times y'all gonna rob a bank, pull the money out the duffel bag, drive down, throw the money out? Like, how many times are we gonna do that? And y'all not pick up to it. Like, y'all don't pick up to it, but y'all are envious and being like, I can't do that. What? Go, and like, you can actually do that, but you can also just do your own thing and make it your own thing, because when it's your own thing, you feel it. It's a feeling. Some people have amazing products and y'all are sitting on it. Y'all aren't doing enough. You too busy on Instagram. You too busy watching what everybody else is doing. How about this? Make your dreams your reality. Pour into yourself just as much as you pour into these other people. Because I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I love the fact that you pour into me and I pour back into you. But I feel like this: save some for yourself. Give me a little bit. Give yourself just as much as you give me. I love getting these, messages like, oh, I remember when, and I used to hate that because I used to be like, won't you just get over? No, we can't, because it just God can change your life in a blink of an eye. But you have to be working. And it doesn't, when I say consistent, I'm not talking about everybody else, but oh, no sleep, no love, no heartbreak, no relaxation, no mental health care. Like, you just go, no, I'm not chasing anything. My shit is chasing me. Like, I'm not running down on any of this. I'm doing exactly what I love, and that's why it's so effortlessly. Like, that's why so many other people have used my light before I was using it. That's why so many people will use you as a flashlight. You can't see yourself. They can. Don't sit here and let everybody use you and you ain't using your gifts and talents. Don't think that it has to be on a certain level. It has to be on your level. It has to be on your what you and God got going on. I don't have much time because I gotta go get my hair braided. And I only got 72 hours and it's a it ain't the weekend, it ain't my weekend. So I gotta go. But I hope to see you next week. And I want you to comment below and tell me something that you're gonna let go of, like something that is standing in your way. You have to identify what the problem is. You have to say it out loud and you have to stop speaking it into existence like, oh, when I get or when I'm gonna do. No, just do it. Today, when I get off of work, this is when I'm gonna work on this for 3 hours. I'm gonna work on this for an hour. If you don't have time, hey, you know what? There's always the next day. I remember a lot of things that were said to me, but I want you to use those things and change the perspective and how you hear it, right? Listen to it like, oh, what do? You know what I do. I do everything. I'm available for bookings if you need some help. But listen, y'all have a good one. Thank you for joining me on Is It Tuesday podcast, and I hope to see you next week. Peace.